Welcome everyone. Welcome to another UGS stream. So this Friday it's your programmer of the team, Kaado, and we are continuing some shenanigans on Droian, which is something that everyone is waiting to see, I hope. And for today, I have planning something new that we haven't messed around, well, at least for some while, which is the save system. Yes, indeed. In the title of this stream, there is indication that we are continuing messing around with METSYS, and that's correct. Plugin from Metroidvania for the Godot engine. And yes, the saving system is also part of that plugin. But before we start developing and whatnot, let's talk about our website. Yes, indeed. Doing our introduction plugs, as per se, because Twitch is not the only platform that we are in. Yes, indeed. We have other platforms. And of course, the links are down in the description, including the links for this website. It's an easy one, ugs.pt. PT because we are based in Portugal. But yeah, we have Discords, YouTubes, itch.ios if you want to test our prototypes, alpha versions of our games. Well, not Droian, the game that we are developing today, but the other two. We have Red Run and Exauria. So Red Run, an alpha platformer made on Unity, and the Exauria alpha version is the JavaScript using the P5 library. Do not mistake this version, the same version that we have made on Godot, which is the version that we have made in previous streams. And if you want to see the VOD, they are available not only on Twitch but also on our YouTube channel, because yes, we have also on YouTube where we upload videos and VODs of streams as well, some funny clips, some short funny clips, for our developer endeavors, and some videos about ourselves as well, introduction, shenanigans, and whatnot. And yes, funny clips as well, That's that. So before we start talking about Droian, which is the game that we are actually developing right now, let's first talk about it, because there may be people that do not know about this game. So this is a 2D platformer Metroidvania style game, your typical platformer, indie platformer, and with some horror elements in it, And yeah, we are a little robot jumping around, collecting stuff, killing stuff, dying a lot. But, puzzles to do as well. And yeah, pixel style as well, of course. Now, let me just check if everything is alright. Let me see if everything is alright. And it has been pushed on Discord as well, because yes, we have a Discord. Links down in the description. I'm just checking if, the notifications have been pushed, so everyone knows that we are actually doing something today. Well, while Discord is doing his update thing, I guess we can start, shall we? So I have spoken about save data. This is not the first time that we have messed around with save data. Actually, we have messed with that before, which is this little icon in here. Yes, indeed. We have save point that we are using from the METSYS plugin project. And this is part of the METSYS plugin that actually manage save data across our project. And this is basically, well, as the name implies, save point. If we touch this thing, it will save our location, and the next time we start the game or load a level or whatnot, will spawn in that place. Now, there is not the thing that you are going to work for today, because this is working. Of course, it's not the art that we want for it to be used. We actually want this to be something that we can interact with or not. Maybe it detects when we are nearby. Maybe we need to interact with it to actually save our location. We are in a developing stage, so everything is possible. But the thing that I want to work for today involves certain levels that have been made by our other developer, the Pixel John, that he has been designing levels. And one particular level that he has been developing is the level 39. So let's go there. Let's scroll down and whatnot. Come on. I believe it's 39. Computer is slow for today, as per usual. Open level 39. And let's see what's going on. So yes, confirm I'm live. There you go, Discord notification was pushed as well, so everything is good, excellent. And I was already going full steam ahead, and I haven't started music. So let's play our music, shall we? There you go. This is not our music, this is a pack that I have bought off Humble Bundle, that we own the rights to play it on whatever media we want, as long as we don't claim it as our own and sell it as its own music. We can do whatever we want with them, so yeah, no copyrights for this, which is awesome. And I hope the volume of it is fine as well. And yeah, so let's talk about the case scenario that Pixel John has encountered in other streams. So we have a level with a simple puzzle. For some reason Godot is crapping itself. I think I need to restart Godot. It is very, very slow. Sometimes Godot uses this version of Godot, which is a beta version. I need to check if there is a new one, because I have noticed this particular version of Godot, it's when we open it, it's fine, but if you go to another window and go back to it, it's getting really slow, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. So we'll Godot, open this thing. Let's open the project, shall we? And actually, let me just open a browser that everyone can see. And yeah, let's just open Godot to see if there is a new version already. 4.2.2. So 4.3 is not available yet the stable version. Cautiously optimistic that is ready for release. Alright. So there is actually something. Let's see. RC2. What is RC actually means? Release candidate stage. 4.3 and are ready for a second candidate. Maybe I should update this from 4.3 beta for RC. Although I would love to just upgrade the project for 4.3 stable and not mess around with it. So yeah, it's the RC, which is that thing, the release candidate. It's not the stable release, the actual 4.3 release that we want. There is a reason for that. Let me just explain for the people that are not into good practice when developing video games. So developers, it's a good practice to choose a stable version of the engine and stick with that stable version from start to the end. This is not to introduce bugs from the engine itself mid-development and having to fix that and having to retest every previous code developer before, and to avoid the shenanigans caused by new bugs from the engine and whatnot, and as well things that we have developer and the new engine introduced new features and removes and deprecates older features, and now you have to update everything and whatnot. So it is good practice to actually stay with the version and preferably a stable version from start to the end of the development. Of course, we are UGS and we love new features and whatnot, and to fix problems we actually updated our engine. And it was actually a noob time, because the reason we have updated the engine was about these layer things. And it's not the first time that we have updated the engine. We actually have updated to have the new tileset features, which we actually really like, with the terrain sets and whatnot. It makes very easy to, build levels. But as well with the map layers, because we want to actually see in the scene the scene hierarchy, where we can easily set up our layers, and maybe in the future introduce new visual effects like parallax. Who knows? Maybe not. And yeah, so we already people in chat. Howdy. We were outside, no problem, that's fine. Hello there. RC equals to race car version, right? Usually when we talk about RC, it's like these little radio control cars or vehicles. RC, it's radio control. But you can also say race car as well, who knows? Well, in this game nothing is race car in here, unless you speed run with the little wheels from Yin. But yeah, getting on what I was doing. So yeah, I don't know if it's my computer, if it's the Godot 4.3 beta engine or whatnot. I'm really feeling the Godot is getting sluggish, and it's not snappy and fast like it used to be, and I really don't like it. It could also be my computer pooping itself with the temperatures because it's being hot lately and it could be overheating. Well, I need to check on that. Just hydrating myself. And yeah, getting back to development, what is actually important. So, where were we? Save data. Yes, we were talking about save. So, we have spoken about the save system. We have to save the location in our game. That is working fine and whatnot, and because Pixel John is already in chat, I have spoken about options for the save machine thing. We could make it interactable machine. We could make it saves automatically on proximity thing. If we go close to the save station, it automatically saves our progress in there. But this is not the thing that we are going to mess around. We are going to mess around with other things. So let's check this case scenario. So we have this level, this scene in here. And in this scene, you know, the player can go throughout these places, you know. And if the player goes down here, there is this door. But wait, this door is not here by chance, and it doesn't actually work without solving a little puzzle. And this little puzzle, it's basically finding this switch in here, this hidden switch, this thing. So this switch is linked to this door, you know, so that is this door. And by the beautiful or atrocious, depending on your opinion of my code, if you see the objects and variables that I've created for this object, there is this linked object that is, you know, set up to one single object, and as it happens, this single object is this switch. So we have a door, we have a switch. Yeah, let's make the game remember our door activations. That's the objective for today. Yes, indeed. So, in Pixel John's, I believe he has made this on stream. There is a bunch of bugs regarding this thing. And I have done some stuff on stream as well to fix this problem, and a bunch of stuff made off stream as well. So the level streaming part of this game has been heavily reworked and somewhat is working really well now. We have the reusable levels, so we are not spawning levels that are already in there. For example, if I'm in here and I activate the switch and go around, as long as I stay in this level or in the nearby level close to here, this level will not despawn and respawn and multiple respawns on top of it and whatnot. Actually, that's not going to happen. If we spawn this level, this level will stay in here, which is pretty cool. But because we have the level streaming, you know, done and it's working, if we go away with a greater distance, to be more precise, 2 cells away from here, ship viewers on, come on, freaking block this thing, ban, there you go. Also about the save point itself, we probably have to check the sprite and see how it would make more sense, like design of the save point. Should we inform the player how they activate it? Yes, that's the thing that I have talked about in the beginning of the stream. There is options that we can make, which is we can have a prompt for the interaction when we go near the save station, and we should interact with the save station to actually save our position, or it could be something that activates by itself if we are near the save station. So it's something that we should discuss off stream or on stream, whatever you prefer. I don't mind, and decide how the save points should work. And yes, I remember we have some art for it. I don't know if it's the final art or not. Probably it's not final art, because if you want to, check how it should work, it's, I definitely know that is it's the thing that we have used on the Unity project, because yes, we don't have that anymore on our title, but this is actually a port made from the Unity to Godot, because we have a Unity version of this game that we were developing, but Unity went rogue and stuff, and we decided to just XR is been made on Godot, and we actually like this engine. It's open source, royalty free, so there is no pay per seat and royalties and install fees and other stupid shenanigans going on. So yeah, we decided to make the port for this engine as well. So yeah, that is that. Where were we? Yes, the same thing for the switch and the door. To make this simpler, let's just show you what I mean, shall we? Which is the simplest thing. Now I need to respawn on a nearby level that is actually spawning here, because I don't have a save setup. And so if I spawn in level 39, I'm actually going to spawn off level, because it's not in the corner. I'm loving Godot, Droian more than Unity Droian. Yeah, I as well, because we have a bunch of cool things. I know there's Metroidvania plugins for Unity as well, and a bunch of other things. And yes, there is nicer things on Unity than Godot. As well, there is way nicer things on Godot than Unity as well. I know the advantage, the pros of using Unity as well. And let's be honest, I have way more experience on Unity than Godot. For those of you who don't know, I have actually not only learned but actually lecture how to develop in Unity as well, and in pretty advanced class too. It's not only introduction to Unity, I also have teached how to develop multiplayer games and whatnot in Unity. But Godot is pretty awesome, so yeah. Hello there, General Kenobi. Welcome. So, I need to open a level that it's actually in the corner and it's close to 39. So let me see on the METSYS thing. Of course, there is been updated, and there is a big stuff going on. Okay, this is the zoom out. And it's maximum zoom out in here. Okay, there is something in the METSYS that I would love to work, which is the zoom being able to actually go below 1. But anyway, let's check where is that thing. I believe it's this one. So yeah, we have 39. And we want, for example, the 29. So let's go to the 29. Here. I'm going to copy the name, and instead of starting my level on the test scene, I'm going to spawn on 29. And because I'm going to mess around with save data, I'm actually going to be fine to touch a save thing somewhere. So I'm on level 29. Let's go to the actual 39 level. I believe I'm already in there. No, I'm not. Now I should be. So. Or not. God damn it, I don't... Well, it's a Metroidvania, so it's normal that, you know, I get lost not knowing where I am. It's part of the Metroidvania genre to explore. So let's just go in here, somewhere in here should be a switch. There you go. So, before I mess around with this switch, let's go to the door, just so to make sure the door is closed. Let's go there pretty quickly without the map being on the screen. And the door should be in here. As you can see, it has the deactivated sprite. See, and it doesn't open. Right? Now, if I go back in here to the switch, and activate the switch somewhere around in here. There you go. I activated the switch, and now if I go back to the door, it should be open. Let's see. So, by this time, if the problem that Pixel John was having in his stream was still in place, the door will remain shut because the level will respawn again, but it is not. As you can see, the door is activated. And if I go close to it, it now, you know, opens and closes. Pretty cool. See? That's awesome. Also, there is something in here, I don't know if it's part of the door or part of the tile sprite. I'm just going to check it really quickly, if I can. Let me just confirm this. Yes, it's part of the sprites. It's nothing to do with the tile set. Although there is stuff that I'm seeing here that I do not like. I really do not like this. Slightly move it off the thing in here. Below looks fine though. In here it looks fine. It looks in place, but on the top doesn't. It looks like it's off a pixel or something. Yeah, love our doors. The door's black square is showing. This is the way to perfectly line up the pics. Oh, maybe you are right. Maybe it's part of the black thing from the door. Yep, you were correct. Or not. Were you? I don't know. I'm going to save this slightly separated, you know, and go back to there. There you go. Yep. Pixel John saving this time. Yeah. He knew. He really knew the problem. There you go. Got him. Yes, indeed. So the pixel size was actually correct. It was this bullshit in here, this rectangle. And that makes sense because the rectangle was, I made, with some weird scales and whatnot to hide the door behind this. And because we have the level layers, we now have these level layers, we may or may not actually need this thing, because the door actually goes behind the level, so I don't know if it actually needs the black rectangle. I'm going to leave it in there, just in case. But there you go, it's in there. So let me just save the levels and continue. So there you go. Don't mind this because I'm still in here. So the door is opening and closed, and you might say, well, job done, right? It's working fine. But wait a second. You can see this is the border between the level 39 and some other level that if I go in here I might know the name. The level 45, there you go. So, if I go to the new level, the door still works, The door is still in there, even if it goes slightly off the camera, the door still is in there and it's fully working. The problem is when I go far away enough for this level to despawn, and we can see on the remote, if I open the level streaming thing in here, which we can see the actual levels that are open at this time, and I see Pixel John hasn't been creating new levels with the same name. Well, this doesn't matter really, so doesn't really matter, so don't worry about this stuff, Pixel John. We know what the levels are in there, so don't worry. So, this is working, but what happens if I go far away from that level? So, at this time, we are somewhere around in here, so this is probably level 49 or 45 or something, and this should be some neighbor level. Maybe 46, maybe 20, not this one, because for this one to spawn we should be in here. So we are somewhere around in here, so maybe it's 45 and 46 that are in here. Let me see, chat, so... hadn't thought of that, but you are right. It ain't hurting nobody. Okay, thank you. I like not worry. You could go to the left of 45. Yeah, I know. Basically what I'm trying to say is I'm getting well away from the level 39, which is, if we are in here, the code is set up to have these levels still spawn in. These neighbor levels are still spawning. But if I go down, because this level is still in here, is still in the square box of the spawning area, if I'm down here, the level 39 is still spawning. But if I go to this place, now the only levels that should be in the spawn, it should be the 45 and the 46. Only these two levels. So the 39 is completely despawned. If I go back, let us go back. As you can see, the door now is shut up. Because we have go away and come back, and as you can see, because the level 39 has respawned, it has respawned forgetting the switch was turned on. Because it's a new instance of the level. So, we need to analyze how the hell the Metroidvania save system actually works. And not only that, we should as well you know, save the way the switch is done. So for that I will, you know, open a new instance of Godot and hoping my computer stays well and not pooping itself. So let's just open a new instance of Godot, so Droian, builds, Godot, and open a Metroidvania project, the sample project, to analyze the code. It's complaining because I'm opening in the 4.3 beta, but it shouldn't really matter, because what we want is to analyze the code itself. Poor Dor, she's forgetful, but we still love her. Yes, and she shall receive all the love we need. That was actually a weird English sentence. The correct way is she shall receive all the love she needs. That's the correct thing to say. We are gonna treat her right and solve her Alzheimer. Yes, hopefully, you know, because this is a programming stream. We never know the bugs that shall appear. Where's my damn instance of Metroidvania project? Maybe it doesn't open. So, Godot, this beta version is being really annoying. And I need to open this using the CMD, which is quite weird. So let's try and do that. And let me see the directory of this thing. So, goddammit, when I had a shittier laptop and wanted to compare code between two projects, I would open them one at a time and copy the code onto a txt file. That is annoying. That is really annoying. Finally, I'm in here, and now I can do the command line that this thing is asking me. So let me see. So Godot underscore v 4.3 /beta1 underscore win64 dot exe. This should be in columns. There we go. Now 2 slashes rendering slash driver open GL3. Will you work? And will you open the Metroidvania thing? Yes, you did. That was annoying. Really annoying. Anyway, it's open. That's what matters. There you go. Sample project, it's re-importing and doing shenanigan things and whatnot. Let me just organize this thing. Did you crash? It did crash again. You know what? Let's just download this. Let's just, stop using the beta versions and actually open it on a stable version that actually supports this plugin. We are just seeing Droian maps. Yeah, don't worry. I was off screen trying to open the stupid project, but he didn't want to open. So I'm attempting to open the sample project of the METSYS so we can analyze it, And it's still complaining. Garbage project. Come on. I'm going there. I'm going to extract that again. Crash in crash. Maybe it will crash less in. Yeah, it's something about a new thing in here. That it's probably a new version of the Metroidvania plugin. Most certainly. So I'm going to open a stable version of Godot. So 4.2.2, and I'm going to remove this from here. Import again. So directory. There's that in here. Excellent. And it's still being annoying. You are still being annoying. Come on. Let me do the thing. Please. Now, let me just try and do the thing. So, Godot underscore v4.2.2 /stable underscore win64 dot exe / rendering /driver open GL3. I think there's this. Come on. Don't. I'm going to click OK and I'm going to try and open, and it's doing stuff, you know, not responsive. Come on. Since when Godot started to become like Unity? Come on. Don't crash. Yeah, I know it's my graphics card is old to not support the version of Vulkan that Godot wants to use or whatever. I really hope that this would open, you know. God damn it. Not really responsive and crashes. Great. So it's crashed. Will I need to actually close this project? Because I don't. And I have dropped frames as well. I don't know if it's because of the internet or the CPU usage. I hope it was nothing that will remain, but let's try and open again, cause why not? Maybe it needs, you know, an incentive. Cross your fingers, cause it's doing something. It has done something, it's importing assets, it's restart failed. The plugin will be now disabled. Fix the errors and try again. Cancel. It's open. It's doing something and it's open. Of course it's not going to work because of the errors and whatnot, and we don't actually care about that because we only care about something very specific. So first I'm going to open maps until I find something that I actually want. For example, this collectible. This collectible has some code in there that actually should use save stuff. So let's see. Register as storable with a marker. So METSYS register storable object with marker. Storable object with marker. And collect body to the wherever. It's when we function collect. Is this a new thing? Area 2D collect? If it's not the player, return, but if it is the player, then it will game get singleton collectibles +1. Store the orb. This will automatically assign the collected marker and then queue free. Store object self. So this doesn't really do the saving thing. But it is something that we can use as a reference for another thing, you know, for another thing. that Gucci code, that's not Gucci. There's nothing Gucci about the code on METSYS, let me tell you. It's well commented and whatnot, but it kinda gets you tie in your brain, you know, for xenomorphites. See? That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. This can be used for the xenomorphite, for the collection of that objects, but that's not the thing that I actually want. So, let me see other stuff. There is a save point. We can actually open the code as well. So let me see, get singleton save game. Get singleton reset map starting coordinates. Make save game. Make game save the data. Well, there's stuff, save game, which will get save stuff, get singleton, reset map starting coordinates. Now I'm starting to questions, you know, because if I collect something, it should know that thing has been collected. METSYS register storable object with marker self. How do I know this thing is already been collected or not? That's the question. These comments are reminding me of tips other players leave in Dark Souls areas. Some of them might be. Like jumping, treasure ahead, and then you jump and you just die. It's not that misleading though. So let me just see if I, you know, find stuff that I can actually do. So, for example, the button, press it, so there's signal, press it, blah blah blah. What this does? So, registered, storable object, self press. On body entered, there's that, good. And on press, there is the emit, there's the sprite, and there's the collision cue free. Callback needs to be called manually when storing. So this may be the thing that we need. If the button was pressed before, store object was called, press will be called immediately. Self press. Ooh, maybe this is the thing we need. Let's see. So I am in here. Let's go to the switch code. There you go. There is the switch code. There is on interactable area interactive, and let's do this. So there's this stuff and whatnot. There's METSYS, register as storable object, self press, and the press is giving an error, of course, because we haven't created the function. Now this is a function on interactable area interacted, is when we actually interact with the thing. And if we interact with the switch, it should do this with the other script that is attached on the switch itself, which is another object for the interactive thing. But if instead of the press I actually call this thing, there you go. So there's that. Is there anything else that I need to know about this around in here? So let me see. METSYS store object self. When on board interacted, maybe when we interact we should do this thing as well. I'm starting to think this should be on another thing. So let's analyze the Switch itself. So in the Switch we have this sprited, the animated sprite 2D and the interactable area. In the interactable area there's code as well, so we have the interactable area and the Switch. The interactable area could be used to do the Switch and all the other things. Or not, because I can also interact with other objects, like the pressure plates and whatnot, and I believe pressure plates should not have save states. So, on body entered, if interactable... Oh, there is actually the interactable thing in here. So, wait. Do I have pressure plates already in here? Did I have? Have I done them? Projectile, mines, interactables, door, platforms, pressure... Yes, I have pressure plates. Let me see the code. And let me see the interactable, the pressure plates itself. That is interactable, yes indeed. So let me see code for this thing. On interactable area detected. Timeout. And interactable area. On body entered, body interactable. But this is on a button. Oh! Right. So maybe this... Yeah, I see. I see. I have the thing that turns on or not if I can interact with the object, and then if I can or not I can save it as well. So maybe we can put the code in the interactable thing instead of the actual per interactable objects, you know. So maybe that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to remove this from here because this is fine. Actually fine. What I need to do is not the pressure nor the switch, but actual the interactable objects. So there's this. There's the detected and interactive. Fine. And there's this. Now, if I do this thing, it's the interactive. There you go. And it will emit the thing. You know? If it's registered, then it will do the interact. Now I'm thinking if it should do that or not. Detect, emit, false. There's the detected. Signal for something. Oh. So it's a meeting thing. For example, if I'm on the pressure plate, I probably should receive the thing from the detected. Uninteractable area detected. There you go. So pressures doesn't matter. All of this doesn't matter because what we want is actually to interact with the thing, right? So because we have two ways, which is the detect and the actual interact. And if you are on pressure plate, it will use the detect thing. And if you are on switch, it will use the interacted, which is actually the one we want. Excellent. And when we say switch, we can say upgrade stations and the other stuff around, who knows. But yeah, that's the thing that we want, which is awesome. Now there's this, and let me analyze the rest, which is on body entered, which is this, and if it's not the player, whatever, but if it is, store the button, remember it persistent state. This thing as well. When someone interacts with this, and we'll do the same thing in here, so not on enter or exit, but actually on interact. And actually I believe it should interact first and then save the state. There you go. I believe it should be it, or not. Press emit, there you go, fine. So let's test it. Let's test it. Play. Let's see if it works, if it not works. I'm going down somewhere. Not in here. Where am I? It's probably somewhere in here. Is it? Yes, somewhere in here. There you go. It will crash if I interact with this thing. It didn't. Well, it did crash when I tried to deactivate this thing. God damn it. If I interact once, it is fine, but if I interact twice, it crashes. Wait a sec. Why? Okay, let me close this and let's start analyzing. Function start object. There you go. Object. var id string blah blah blah. Assert id in registered objects. Registered objects erase, started objects ID equals true. Is object started? Okay, this is where the cookie crumbles. I start to think that METSYS has a thing that, you know, if you interact with that, you can only interact with that once. Because the button code, if you see the button code from here, when you interact with the button, you no longer are able to interact with it again, I think. So on body entered, you have this, you store and you press, and when you press, you no longer will have the collision shape, so you can no longer do this thing again. And what I think is happening is we'll register it once, and because it already exists in there, it will no longer, well, it will go poo-poo, you know. Because it's already in there, and it doesn't like it's already in there, and therefore goes poo-poo, I believe. So let's just try to do it again. So, doing it once it's fine. Doing it twice is not. Because it do the assert thing ID and it's already in there. And that's the problem. That is the problem. So registered item, registered objects dot erase ID. Let me see the assert. Void assert condition bool message string whatever asserts that the condition is true. So, for reporting errors, so, okay. So this is a thing from here. Close this and go back to here. Assert. So, I can just do this. Just do that. Why not? Let's see. Maybe we need that, maybe we don't. Who knows? Who knows? So it will store the object in there and do that. I'm smelling. It's not that simple, but let's see. So it opens, it closes, it opens again. So let's test it. If it's saving. Let's go to the door to confirm that is turned on. Let's go there. The door is activated, excellent. Now let's just move around, you know. Go to the left to make sure the level has despawn, which by this distance I'm pretty sure it has, and go back. Let's see if the door... Well, it exploded. It exploded. So, invalid call, non-existent function, switch on in base nil. Linked object, switch on active. It exploded in here. Didn't you save the linked thing? But the linked thing maybe is part from the other one. Gumtrap is in here. Ooh, he sub. Thank you, Guntrop. Thank you very much for the sub. We really appreciate that. It's an 11-month streak. Wait a second. You're telling me you are a sub for almost an entire year? That's pretty awesome. That's really pretty awesome. Thank you. Yes. Yes, indeed. Now, let me think what is actually happening. We have the interactable object. And the interactable object registers as itself. Register storeable object. Self. Interact. And when I spawn it again, it fired an error. It fired an error. Come on, my friend, come on. Come on. Let's try and make this work. Well, before I do that, let me just do something more easier. So I don't want to just parkour all over the place. Let me just pick up a save thing. So interactables, pressure plate switch. Where's my saves? Where's my save object in here? Save station. There we go. Let's touch the save station. Just so we spawn close to the switch and, you know, test that. Let's go there. Come on. Around this place. I have touched the save. Now if I restart the game, I should appear in there. There you go. Easier. Now I saved the thing. I touch the save. Even though it isn't necessary. Zoom through the level. Now I'm going to despawn the door, which should be despawned already. Go back to the door and crash. Linked object, switch on active. It has done this in here. Linked object, switch on. I will try another thing. I will try another thing. On interactable code, I will do something different. Get parent. So I'm not saving the interactable object itself, I'm saving the parent, which could be the switch, the platform, whatever object that we use as an interactable. Because interactable will always be a component of any interactable object, so we want to save the object itself and not the interactable part. But for that, I think I should probably do this. So let's see if it did save. It did not. Now let's try to switch on and save. doesn't matter if it is or not. That complicates things. So now my save is destroying this, which we should fix. First off, I need to really quickly know where the Godot save location. And so app data, there is Droian, there's logs, example save data, go away, and the save data should be deleted. Now it should open. There you go, without the save data. Excellent. Now we know the other thing doesn't work. Why? Why do you have a problem with the linked object itself? Why you have a problem with this thing? Store object, self. Where's the other part of the code that I was messing around with this store object? Not in here. Did I delete that? I don't want to delete that. I want to see this. No. Store object. I'm trying to think the best solution in here. Because when I'm ready, METSYS register storable object self interact. So this basically will probably check if we are stored or not. Register storable object stored callback callable boolean. Yeah, it's probably what I'm imagining. So it will check if we are in there, and if we are, it runs this. Now, there is a way to see if I'm already stored or not. Because there's this as well, store object. And if I open the store object, it will go to the save data store object, and if object has map marker and whatnot, doesn't matter. Store object, it will do this. And in the store object, var id string get object id object, whatever, and registered objects erase id, stored objects id equals to true. So let me just do something like this. And this registered objects, erased, erase ID. That's fine. Now, it will still broke. It will still broke. Go to the switch, save. It still opens. Come on. There you go. Let's make sure we have the page open. And I mean by page, I mean by this thing, which we can see there's a save that in there. There you go. And let's interact with that thing, which immediately triggers an error in here. Invalid access to the property or key on base object to type dictionary. Probably because it doesn't exist. So there's that. It will be disabled. I will activate it. I will save it. Close that, please. And I will open and it will crash. Come on. Do your crash thing. Alright, there it is, active crashing. And it is crashing because invalid call non-existent function switch on in base nil. Non-existent function switch on. Linked object switch on active. We have the problem of the linked object. That's the thing. That's the thing. So probably when it does this thing, register starable object self interact, probably it swaps this interactable with another instead of using this one. So let's see. Register starable object. So we need to analyze this. Same as method register starable object with marker, but doesn't assign any marker. Useful for things like buttons, breakable walls, etc. Register starable object. Object stored. Callback, callable, bool, return. Register starable object with marker. Object. Stored callback -1. How do I gonna fix that though? Because it's getting, saved. Does this open with the notepad just so I can analyze the save structure? Yes, it does. So let me see. We have an example of the save data in here. You can do it. That emotional support in chat. Thank you, Roxy. So we have this in here. So cell, overrides, and whatnot, collectible count 0, current room, there's that, custom markers, discovered cells, events, nothing, generated rooms, there's that, interactable area, true. So there is this. Registered objects. There is door, interactable area, true. Registered objects. Door, interactable area, true. Stored objects. Switch, interactable area, true. Registered objects and stored objects. Obviously, if I delete this, save, replay, it will, do something. Or not. Set data, something wrong has happened. Let me see if I get this structure correct. There's one thing, another thing, there is open and closes, there is the store objects, and there's that. So maybe this, it's empty. If it's empty, it works. Now what I want to check is in the save data there's a thing for the door, and I want to make sure the door is not, messed for the save thing. It's not. Excellent, because the door also has an interactable thing, so it should save the door as well. Because you see, there is the door, there is the interactable area, and it is true, which means, where's my door? Door code. The door has an interactable area and it is true as well, but the interactable thing is disabled. Is it the door that's giving me problems? I think not. I think it's the switch, because it's only when I add the switch to the stored objects. Now I need to close it and open again. As you can see, there's the switch. So there's the switch interactable area. Switch dot interactable area true. If I restart the thing, it will poof, give a problem. Yep. Let me see. Started objects. There's a switch dot interactable area. I'm afraid this could also give a problem about every single switch in here. Probably not. Let's see. Linked object, switch on, active. Invalid call non-existent function switch on base nil. So the linked object is pooped. The interactable is the self thing. Register, startable, object, self interacts, and when I interact, it does a poop. It does a poop. Let me try something different. Let's go to the switch code. Instead of doing that, let's make this and make this comment tab. And if we go to the switch, there's this, which I'm going to update this to the interactive. And when I interact, I'm going to start the switch itself. There you go. Let's see. What will you do? Of course it's gonna crash because I still have this bullshit in here. Well, it didn't crash. Huh. Let's see. It did crash, and it was on the same bullshit. So linked object, switch on, active. It's not finding the stupid door thing. How does one go around that, you know? Now that's actually the thing that we should see. So, yeah. Now it's starting to make a little more sense. The 39 deep cave access shaft switch through. So this switch should go away. I'm gonna save this, try to restart and see the crash again. There you go. Open the save data. There you go, there's that. So this switch is turned on the 39 level. And it's withdrew. But he forgot the linked object. Let me try something. Going to do this. I'm going to delete the interaction from the save. Just make sure. I'm going to play. We should see only one yay. Only one. Excellent. I will interact with this. I'm going to save, exit, and clear this thing. Play again. Let's hope we only see one yay. And there you go. Only one yay. Excellent. Now, why are you doing this though? I may need to do something in here. Linked. And this should have the linked object. And you still do the same thing. So what I'm trying to do is basically get this linked object, which should be the door. Right, if I go to the switch on this level and I click on it, switch, come on, transform, there is no linked because the linked object is done by the door. There's the linked object and the door should do something in here. Which goes through the object, linked object self. Now, well, wait a second. This is a me problem. This is a my code problem. Alright, now it's starting to make sense. Alright. So there's the ready. And in the door is also the ready. What it means is, when I spawned the switch, the door hasn't done this code yet, and so the linked object or object itself is not set up to be the door, and so it's well, yeah. METSYS is hosting in my code, basically, yes, because my code is not at the same level in the terms of doing the things in order. Basically, my code needs to run first in order for the METSYS knows about the my code things. So I'm going to find something in Godot, if there is that. Run code before underscore ready, if there's something. This. Let me see if there is the difference between the start and awake on Unity. Then let's see if there's something I can use on Godot as well. There is one method called init that you may use to archive that you want. I don't know if the init happens before the ready. So analyzing this thing, because the switch is before the freaking door, it gives a problem. Well, let's see something funny. let's see something funny. If I do the door before the switch, there's no problem. The switch is on. Fantastic. Well, just this make the thing work, because the door has run before the switch, and therefore the save data works. But if I make the switch before the door, then it doesn't work. You know? This is definitely not positive vibes, because I will not, well, at least I don't want Pixel John to have this trouble of always making sure the door is before the switch. Because let's be honest, there will be one or another level that he will forget to do this stupid thing, and it will give problems. So I'm going to try and find something that I can make to not be basically for this rule to not apply, you know. For example, for this to work even if the switch is before or after the door, basically. Now I'm going to go to the door code in here, and let's see if this works in it. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's see. Nope, it doesn't. So init is not what I want. We can always test every level a lot of times to make sure that none of those were forgotten. Yes, I know, but that's what I'm trying to avoid, you know? So if I implement some code that another little stupid rule needs to be created in order for the level design, you know, if it's just another thing for you to remember, you know, and I'm trying to avoid that to happen. Because I'm pretty sure if I put the switch after the door, it will just be fine. But I'm trying to avoid this from happening, you know. Optimization is your favorite thing, and I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And, well, I don't need to have this project opened in there, so you can go bye-bye. And let me see what I can do though. Well, the code from the switch, just to make sure, the code from the switch still has the same thing. I don't really like to have this in the switch, so I'm probably going to do that on the interactable. Let me do this, just to make sure I can make this on the interactable and don't have to do all this thing on the switch, you know? Save, go to the interactable code, there's in here, instead of making the self, I'm going to make the self dot get parent. So there's the parent, there's the parent, there you go. So it will save not only the switch but every other interactable thing that we can interact with, and that is very important for later on the upgrades, you know. So I'm just avoiding having to do this bullshitting in upgrades and switches and whatnot. So this automatically saves whatever interactable I put in the game, which is pretty awesome. Now, let's see if this actually works, you know. So, I'm going to delete the switch from the save, just to make sure everything is working correctly. The switch should be turned off, and if I interact with it, just making sure the code for the switch doesn't have any interactable things, but the code for the interactable has the same thing, which is this and this. So I interact with the switch, I save, it saved, fantastic. Now I play it, and it should spawn with the switch turned on, which it does. Fantastic, excellent. That's what we love to see. Now, to save the other problem, I need to go to the door and see if there's something I can run before. If there is, excellent. If not, well, it's another thing to annoy Pixel John when he designs the level. So let's see if there's something that I can use. It can be also after the ready. So let me see, is there actually something? The Godot ready is equivalent to the Awakened Unity. I am missing in Godot that should be the equivalent of start. Yes, that's what I would love to see. Just gonna add that the root node viewport already has such a signal to connect to, so with the desired class. Get tree, get root, connect, ready, self start. Already and fully awake. Let's see. Interactable code. So instead of this, let me try this simple thing in here. Let me try this in here. So func start, which is not a function in Godot. I will do this code in here, and in the ready thing I will do this. Is that so? So what's the problem in here? Root node viewport already has such a signal to connect to, so in the desired class, function start, which I want to do this. Function ready void, so get tree, get root, connect, ready, self start. Well, we are approaching the dinner time, 8 o'clock here in Portugal, continent Portugal, because in the Azores Islands they have their own time. And yeah, so Instead of me going around with this crap and whatnot, let's test it to see if everything is fine and well. Of course, with the rule that the door should be always before the switch. So let's see. I'm going to spawn right next to the switch, or better yet, I'm going to delete the entire save data and spawn wherever the level 29 makes me to spawn. And I'm going to the place where the switch is, which actually has a save station there. So there we go. We have the station, a representation of the station, the save station, and the switch. So I'm going to activate the switch and save. Close, open the project again. It should be there. So there is the switch and there's the save. Let's go to the door. So really quickly go to the door. Let's go there. And so the door is activated. Just to make sure, I'm going to check if the save is actually saving the switch from this level, which is now. Okay, there is no problem. If I'm doing multiple switches, the scene map will give the switch a different name, so there is no problem about that. And I'm going to despawn this level. Let's go to the left, more and more and more, and I'm pretty sure there is no level with the switch or the thing. As you can see, we only have one level spawn and there's no door nor nothing. And let's go back. And as you can see, the switch remains. Excellent. Fantastic. So the game will always remember the switch no matter what. Let me delete the save to test another thing. Got him. Yes indeed. The functionality is working. And by the way, this is set up to not only work on Switch but to every single interactable in the game. So if we interact with any interactable in this game, it will automatically save in it. Well, it will have the entry in it. If you want to actually save it, we need to get to a save station, which is something that I'm going to test it right now. So if I interact with it but don't save the thing, so I didn't touch the save, I only interacted with the thing but I didn't touch the save. Now I'm going to despawn this level. So let's despawn the level. And going back. So the level must have despawned by this point. And let's go back to see if it's still remembers. Yes, it still remembers because I have touched the thing, and because I have touched the thing, it still remembers. But because I haven't touched the save station, if I close and open this again, it will not be saved. It will not remember if we don't save it, for example. Remember, I have touched the switch, but I haven't saved. So if I die because I didn't save and go back to there, is this place? No, it is not. So I have touched the save, I have touched the switch, right? But I haven't saved. If I restart the game and go back there, it should be closed. See? Because I haven't saved. But if I switch on and save, the save will persist. But if I die or restart the level after I save, it will remembers. Otherwise, it will remembers per session. But it will not remember if I restart the game itself. So it's working as intended. For example, if I switch on and go to the level and I didn't save, in the game it will still remember I have interacted with this. But if I die or the game crashes or whatever and I restart the game, it will forget I have interacted with this because I haven't saved the progress that I actually turned on this. You see? So yeah. Saves done. Of course there's bugs. If I switch this around, of course it will give bugs. So I need to find a way to not do that. But yeah. Of course we can't end the stream with Kaado without your typical bug, right? So it's already on brand with this. So yeah, classic Metroidvania save system. Yes indeed, yes indeed. So now I'm going to pause the music and let's see. So we have made progress in the year. Probably next stream I already will have collectibles and other things, who knows, but it will not be next stream. Next Friday, because we may or may not stream next Friday, who knows, because there is summer vacations and whatnot. We shall see. So if you want to know if we are going to stream next Friday or not, and if we are, who's going to stream, check down in the description. There's links for Discord and other medias like Instagram and Facebook if you are an older boomer like me. Well, I'm not that old to be considered, your average Facebook user, but I use it from time to time, And X, Twitter, whatever Elon Musk decides to call that platform as well. We have TikTok and Facebook, and we have TikTok and YouTube as well for shorts, which is pretty awesome. You may or may not see some shorts of funny moments from our streams, And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if there's, haters for today or not. You are a doomer. You are alive when the first Doom came out. I don't remember when it came out, to be honest. Yeah, actually, that's probably right. That is a fun fact. Let me see. Doom release date. Doom release date. That's actually incorrect. That's actually incorrect. Doom is older than me by 8 days. Doom, I think it's 95. Nope. As I'm seeing on, let's open Edge. So Doom release date. If this is correct, Doom is older than me by 8 days. Because my birthday is exactly December 93, but I was born in 18. And Doom is older than me by 8 days. So yep, there's that. Yeah, I'm special. I'm a Doomer, yes. I actually love these games. And I actually have pretty much all Doom games. I own pretty much all of them. Instead of those ports for consoles, for example, Doom 64 and whatnot, those ports every single Doom for PC, I own them. I have a copy of them. Not the physical, I only own digital copies of Doom, but yes, I have them. All of them. And I have played the OG ones, let's say that. I haven't played the Eternal, Doom Eternal, which I'm actually want to do, but I'm playing other games right now. Wasn't Doom 64 ported to Steam? Actually, maybe. But I believe Doom 64 was some part of another Doom. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, there you go. That's correct. Doom 64 on Steam. Maybe I have it, maybe I don't. I don't know. I remember of buying every single Doom, and then I bought the Doom the remake, and then the Doom Eternal as well. So I have all the Dooms that I know of. Port history with these things is confusing. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but yeah, I don't know if Doom 6 is Doom 64. Doom 64 is, what should I type in here? Is Doom 64 port from PC version? Doom 64 is a game in the Doom franchise exclusively for N64. However, to the hardware for Steam developer, a port has been made to PC. It's its own thing, so I may not own every single Doom there is for PC. Huh. I'm probably missing this one, so I have to get that. Well, shenanigans with Kaado, what can I say? So, I don't know if there is raids target or not, but you know, I hope you have enjoyed this stream, because it's time for me to go eat something. I'm pretty starved. And, you know, I hope you have enjoyed, and I see you next Friday in chat or not, who knows. I hope you have enjoyed. Bye bye.